the mayor for the city of Vancouver works with their council. We do not move forward by ourselves. We need the council to set the tone, set the direction for Vancouver moving forward. So we'll sit down and get that vacancy filled here as soon as possible within this next month. So the 7 of us will then go into a retreat. We'll look at our strategic plan. What are some of those priorities, those action steps that we've had on that strategic plan? Which of those do we want to move forward? We'll together give direction to Eric Holmes, our city manager, and his staff of our priorities for 2018. The mayor may help set the agenda, but the entire council moves the city forward. So I'm not there all by myself. Housing and homelessness have been on the city's challenge plate for quite some time. Mm-hmm. When you think about the history of Vancouver, it actually started during World War II when the Kaiser shipyards came and we were trying to find housing for all the shipyard workers. But it hit us again in 2014, and so the council has been working on this and trying to wrap our heads around what are the issues? What is this from living on the streets all the way to being in your own apartment or house? And who are the individuals that are in that spectrum? How do we help them? So going back to it, the entire council has been working with our partners. This is not just the city of Vancouver. We're working with the Clark County councilors. They take care of some of the funding for the Council for the Homeless and some of those social opportunities. And together, we're looking at who, what, where, when, why, and how do we do this. Our nonprofits, our churches, who are helping us. I think you probably saw in the newspaper that we have churches that are allowing some of those individuals who are car camping to stay on their property if they're working forward on a plan to get up out of that car with their jobs, with solving some of their issues and getting into housing. We're working with the Vancouver Housing Authority so that they are building and we are getting people through the shelters into housing. We have SHARE, we have a number of different groups. Even today, the Columbian newspaper had that little article about the showers. So you had actual Vancouver City councilors contribute to the shower trailer so our homeless could take showers. We've been helping with Laundry Love. We've been helping with our day center. How do we get people through the channels into housing? And we've made fantastic progress. A lot of individuals, and Andi Silver from Council for the Homeless have those numbers of how many different people just in this last year have made the path, made the journey to housing. But we continue to get more and more people through domestic violence, feeling more confident that they can leave the violence and try to find housing on their own. We have people with mental health issues. So we're working with Columbia River Mental Health and our legislators who are looking for additional funds up in Olympia to help us with mental health. Drug and alcohol. We have young people who are at Daybreak Youth Treatment Center with drug and alcohol problems. They're coming out of their problems, they're coming out of treatment. Where do they go for housing? They have lost a lot of their family and they don't want to go back to that type of housing that caused some of those problems. With Janice Youth's help, we're trying to get those young people. But we also have veterans who for a number of different reasons have lost their homes, their housing. They might have been living with others who have died and now they're on their own. So we're working with the VA campus and our Veterans Assistance Center on housing. So as we look at Vancouver City Council, we are just part of the big group. And we're bringing everyone together to partner with us, to collaborate together. And I love the fact that my colleagues on council are helping in each of their own passions. When I look at Bill and Bart and Alicia and Ty and our new counselor, Linda Glover, each of them has a passion for this problem in a different way, and they're working well together to move us forward, to keep us moving and making progress on that. Well, we are Southwest Washington region, but we are also the Portland Metropolitan, I like to say the Vancouver-Portland Metropolitan region. So we partner not just with our folks here at the county, but Kamloops-Washougal and Amboy and Yakult and Ridgefield and Battleground, and our whole group of La Center folks, because we are an economic region. Greater Portland Inc. and Portland work together on economic development. We have 10 different organizations that are looking at recruitment, retention, and helping those who are here to move up, to enhance their businesses and stay here. So we're looking at a region. Southwest Washington has great opportunities that Portland may not have economically, but we still share transportation problems, the congestion. The airplanes come in, the railroads come in, we have a Columbia River that we share. We have trade and transportation moving north and south, east and west through this area. That I-5 bridge is a huge piece of that in the center of this region. And so we're working together to see if we can resolve that congestion so our commerce can move quickly through that, our commuters can move quickly through that. Transportation, economics, we are a region that, yes, is North Oregon and Southwest Washington, but I love the fact that so many of our colleagues are looking at us now with arms open. How can we solve our problems together? And we'll work with Molly out in Washougal and Mike up in Battleground and Ron over in Ridgefield and Greg up north as we look at all of the different problems and challenges here. We may have people who love setting up their business right here in Vancouver and they're going to go live in Amboy. They may have a farm up out of Yakult or a forested area or ranching or a number of different things up there, and they want to start a business in Kamloops, but they may need to move freight through Vancouver, so our roads. We're all a tapestry, and we're woven together to enhance this area. That's Vancouver, and that's Southwest Washington. This is Clark County, and we're ready to help each other. If you have a disaster up in Battleground, we'll come and help you with it. We'll send our search and rescue up to go and look for your elderly who might be lost up there. When the earthquake comes, we're working together down here. If you have a water problem, we'll share our water. If you have forest fires, we'll be there with our firefighters to help you, but also our resources. If you want to look at broadband, we're here to share our knowledge with you, take a look at some of those opportunities together. We're not selfish. These are all skills we learned in kindergarten and in first grade, to be kind and respectful of each other and to help out whenever we can.